Today is a really big day for me. This is the first time in nearly 3 months that I've been out on a motorcycle, and what a good feeling it is. But you know what? After being cooped up at home for so long, it is very natural to be feeling some anxiety. And that's why this is the first video that we've decided to make, where we're going to talk to you about what you need to do to be able to go out, enjoy a ride, and get home as safely as possible. So now that we're legally allowed to go out again, the very first thing you want to consider is what condition your bike is in. Make all the basic checks to ensure that things like the chain, tire pressures and battery voltage are all in good condition. At this point, it would be worthwhile taking your bike over to an authorized service station to make sure it's at 100%. You may also be tempted by the idea of throwing a bucket full of sanitizer at your motorcycle, but jokes aside, it's actually a good idea to sanitize touch points like the key, grips, switches and levers before a ride. Then again, alcohol-based sanitizers are inflammable, so don't go pouring the stuff on a hot motorcycle soon after your ride is done. Okay, so you've got your bike ready, it's been sanitized and you're all set to head out and hit the road. Well, what comes next? Basically, you want to think long and hard about every possible challenge and then have a solution ready before you come across it. For example, if you live in a big city, your first experience of being back on a motorcycle is quite likely to be in heavy traffic, especially if you intend to commute on two wheels. Within the city, it all comes down to avoiding heavy jams as much as you can. The best way to do this is to change your office hours such that you'd be out on the road when there's the least traffic to be expected. Another trick is to change your daily commute, and you need to find the sort of less logical route that Google Maps won't even think of suggesting. The idea is to find a route that will have a lower volume of traffic, even if that comes at the expense of a longer distance to cover. In fact, this is something I've been doing way before social distancing was a thing. You see, one day I just got fed up of the traffic I had to deal with, so I found a longer route, a much longer route that was nearly twice the distance. But because I had very little traffic to deal with, it took me the same amount of time and I actually enjoyed my commute far more. But let's be honest, daily commuting is not what we're excited about with the return to motorcycling. No, that would be the ability to get out on the open road and fully enjoy your bike. What we're talking about here is a single day ride out of the city with no agenda other than having a good time. First, you need to decide which direction you want to ride in, and it will be wise to avoid any known hotspots or containment zones along the way. This is both for the sake of convenience as well as avoiding any potential run-ins with on-edge locals. Next, you want to consider how to avoid close contact with people as much as possible. On a motorcycle ride, this generally comes down to two areas: food and fuel. Unfortunately, in times like these, you probably want to sacrifice that delicious dhaba meal and hot cup of chai, but you can replace it with some homemade sandwiches and a thermos. And in fact, this is probably the best time for you to invest in a hydration pack. A hydration pack is a fantastic thing to have on a motorcycle. It not only lets you drink water on the move, but a good quality one will even provide some back protection, and you won't be wastefully consuming plastic bottles. A decently sized hydration pack will even let you store your rain gear for when you get caught out in a sudden downpour. If you plan on being out for the whole day on your bike, it is also a good idea to carry some energy bars and even some rehydrating drinks. This will help you avoid unnecessary risks of exposure while stopping at local shops and handling cash. Oh, and when you're on the move, don't forget to carry spare bottles of hand sanitizer and a few extra face masks. You could include these in your toolkit or your medical pack that you normally carry, or you could just store them in a backpack. Coming to the second main area of concern, it would be wise to pre-plan where you want to fill fuel and check in advance if that fuel station is operational. So when you get to the pumps, one of the important things to remember is that the same set of social distancing rules apply. And when you're here, it's actually a really good idea to keep your helmet on, because what better face shield could you have than this? On the subject of fuel, it is worthwhile visiting an outlet that retails high quality fuel like the high octane Speed 97 we just filled in the GS. 97 octane fuel basically ensures that your big bike will give you the optimal performance that you bought it for. Now, with fuel addressed, another point to discuss is group rides, because these are a big part of what makes motorcycling so special for so many people. You should be okay to do this as long as social distancing is maintained at all times, and it is best to ride with people that you already know. Nevertheless, whether you ride alone or in a group, it has never been more important to ride as safely as you possibly can. After all, you really don't want to find yourself in need of assistance from the medical system at this point. Once you're safely back home, there's still a little bit of work you need to do. The very first thing is to put your dirty gear for wash and head for a shower yourself. You'll also want to remember to sanitize your helmet, gloves, boots, anything that can't be easily washed with soap and water. And finally, remember to keep your dirty gear away from children and pets. Granted, many of the things we've talked about so far might sound tedious, but there is no doubt that they can all be done fairly easily. Unfortunately, the same can't be said for when it comes to multi-day rides, and these should be avoided for now given the sheer uncertainty of the situation. To sum up, yes, motorcycling definitely has become a little more challenging, but that's just the way of the world these days. After all, they do call this the new normal, but I say, why can't we try to make the most of it? Stay safe and happy riding.